are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Green is out there with Tom. Ooh, what a slam!
Oh, my.
What a slam!
Gracious.
That is a tough contest. Worthy move. Green just putting on a show right there.
LeBron, that's a two-pointer, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Doncic. Here's Los Angeles now. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. He told me that Şengün won't be easy to contain. He pointed to his passing ability and said they can run their offense through him whether he's in the post or at the top of the key. He added his scoring, and he presents a unique challenge. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
The Lakers with the ball. The Rockets making the shot. LeBron James on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Down low and stolen by Şengün. All going up court. Easton passes to Brooks. Green against Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. Nice move. Oh, wow!
That is powerful. This is a smart play by Green, getting some help with the screen instead of trying to do it all by yourself.
Kicks it out to James. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Thompson. Oh, look out! Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Doncic has got 5 now.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
This is what Green loves to do, getting strong positioning inside and going to work.
Doncic against Thompson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, way to play an attack mode and get to the line.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Houston?
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
Now, here's Green. 6 points for him. And Green slams it in.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the outs, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Here's James. Los Angeles with another miss. To the paint. Shoots. And Şengün with the basket on the assist by Thompson.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 5. And Doncic throws it down.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
Green deciding where to go with it. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Driving the lane. Rebounded by the Lakers.
That's just a bucket look you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
And a wide open look for Hachimura. It's good. This game is all even.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
That one goes. Count it. Green's got 10 points in the game. The Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Doncic. He's got 9. And Thompson sends it back. He got it up. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for Houston. He got into double digits for the... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Green. Tari Eason is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Thompson, and it's Brooks in at the small forward position. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Şengün kicks to Brooks. Hits it from three-point range. Brooks has got the lead up to 5 now for Houston.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpie's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Here's Green going inside. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Eason passes to Şengün, and it's denied. Hachimura down low. Brooks covering. Hachimura no good. The Rockets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Eason's shot is good.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
LeBron is screen on Thompson. LeBron outside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
The veteran Spartan James understands how to absorb the contact and still finish.
Lakers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with them, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
Eason against LeBron. Misses in close. Rockets have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And it's Green slamming it down.
And one of Green's best attributes is that he doesn't really see contact. He will either go over it or through it.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. James a screen on Thompson. Doncic attack, and the dunk by Doncic.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick of the bag to get where he wants to go.
Eason with it. Doncic grabs the miss. Lakers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Into the lane. Oh, explosive move by Doncic.
The skill of Doncic at 6'7", 230, it makes him an impossible matchup defensively.
Here's Thompson. Pass to Şengün. Now here's Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. Just 5 to shoot. Thompson inside. Hayes on him. Thompson misses. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Eye-popping talent from Doncic. We don't see many players with his size and skill set.
Lakers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Out to Brooks. A second chance effort on the wing. Brooks. Pass to Eason. From deep three-point land. From beyond the arc and then some. Eason's got 5 points now in the quarter. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And stolen by Thompson. Pass to Eason. With the drive. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end the quarter.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Houston on top, leading by 3. 2K Sports, back in a moment.
They're thinking about the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
They've got Gabe Vincent. Alex Len out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Connect in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Laker 5. Inside, here's Whitmore. And the shot goes down. Whitmore's got his first points of the game. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Smith, the pass to Van Vliet. Smith kicks to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. And yes, it's good. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his size.
From deep, Reeves. Landale grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Van Vliet outside. Smith sets the pick for Van Vliet. The 3 doesn't go for him. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 50 threes a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. Here's Whitmore. He's defended by Reeves. Back to Whitmore. Van Vliet with a screen on Reeves. Whitmore, count the basket and the foul.
Defensive.
Austin Reeves picks one up.
What a fighter. Whitmore was determined to get that to go.
Houston shooting their first free throw this game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Land against Van Vliet. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Reeves right side. Here's Len. It's his first trip to the line.
Not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
At the line for the Lakers.
Both free throws good from Len. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes.
And Vliet deciding where to go with it. Misses the three. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. As a junior college product, Dalton Kenneth Greg didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program, then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee. And there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
From deep, Reeves gets the three-pointer to fall. Reeves has got 5 now.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And there's the drive. Yep, it counts. That's 7 points for Cam Whitmore.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
Reeves outside. And he makes good on the layup. Reeves has got the lead up to 3 now for the Lakers.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
He had a nice open look right there. Van Vliet's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Reeves the pass to Len, and the dunk by Len.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Whitmore. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Here's Vincent. Whitmore defending. Here's Reeves. No good there.
How about the little guy throwing himself on the glass?
That will count. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game. So
It's time.
we've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Rockets trail. Taking a look at the Rockets. Dylan Brooks out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Amen Thompson. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Green in at the point. Brooks outside. Eason with a screen for Brooks. Houston needs to get a shot off. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. James in the post. He's covered by Thompson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Just love the focus when he gets around the rim. How huge could those 2 points be?
Green with the ball. And Hachimura picks him up defensively. And Thompson gets it to go.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Doncic has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Lakers. Eason, a screen on LeBron. Pass to Eason. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Eason grabs the board. Rockets trail by 4. It's stolen by Hachimura. Thompson against James. Down low, Hayes. The Rockets pull it in. Now, here's Şengün. Pass to Eason. Back to Şengün. And here's Brooks. Guarded by Doncic. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Rockets ball.
Green against James. 2 on the clock. And Green slams it in.
Vicious finish by Green. Boy, Jalen, this man can get up.
Los Angeles has gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
First team foul.
4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Doncic. Deflected by Eason. And they're able to recover. Now, Finney-Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Takes it inside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Houston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Brooks outside.
2 minutes remain in this ball game.
Here's Eason. Thompson sets the pick for Eason to tie it up. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
Vital basket there. This is just the time, and really just the situation, when he looks to take over.
It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now tonight, and it's Thompson with the jam.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Strong drive by Doncic.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
On the wing, Green. James defending. Green drives in.
There are guys that will take that shot, and there are guys that will make that shot. Green is one of those guys that will make that bucket.
Doncic outside. On the wing, James. Nails the triple.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Here's Eason. Finney-Smith defending. Eason down low. Working on Finney-Smith. Yes!
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. James against Brooks. James drops. What a thing of beauty from James.
I'm sorry, just who else would you want it shooting there? LeBron James, just so calm under pressure.
LeBron against Green. Pass to Eason.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
LeBron against Eason.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him go.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. What a show they put up. All right, David, thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me see. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat
opening lineup for the Timberwolves. And is playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for the Lakers, they've got here with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Luka Doncic. And Hayes in at the 5. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Clock at 4. Kept alive. Outside Edwards. Here's the 3. Fires in the triple.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Now here's Doncic. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know, it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Graham, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. So it's Los Angeles now. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. And it's blocked by Edwards.
Well, I love whenever Edwards is this engaged defensively. Excellent job coming up with the block.
And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Edwards got 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Randle is screen on Doncic. DiVincenzo finds Randle. The kick out to Edwards. For 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now here's DiVincenzo. And a two-handed jam!
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Gobert against Hayes. Oh, and there's Rudy Gobert. A fantastic play.
And you know he's tough on the glass. Easy money there for Gobert.
James, a screen on Edwards. Doncic outside to end the run. The Lakers with another miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
From deep. And there's McDaniels. That one's good on the assist by DiVincenzo.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
DiVincenzo can't hit.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim, turning an easy bucket into a miss.
The 3, James knocks down the triple.
Well, LeBron is a guy who can score from anywhere. He's comfortable taking long-range shots.
Doncic against DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Randall, a screen on James. Here's Edwards. Some solid defense from James.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
James, a screen on Edwards. Doncic, no good.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. McDaniels finds Randall. DiVincenzo against Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to McDaniels. Nails it from 3. McDaniels got 6.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a...
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be back in a moment. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
They've got Luka Doncic. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then there's Jackson Hayes, and it's James in at the 2 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Edwards, the pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Yeah, great play from Edwards off the pick and roll. Moving the ball around and get another guy's shot.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. James, a screen on Edwards. Here's Doncic. No good on the shot. McDaniels with some nice D. DiVincenzo with it. Hachimura covering. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
Hayes with a screen on McDaniels. James. Randall with a steal. Outside McDaniels. Outside DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Hachimura. Just 4 to shoot. DiVincenzo finds Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And just so mobile at his size. Once Gobert sets the screen, he rolls hard to the right spot.
The 3, James. Oh, James knocks down the triple.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
McDaniels got room. And another basket from Minnesota.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Pass to Edwards. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James deciding where to go with it. Hayes with a screen on DiVincenzo. James passes to Hayes. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Here's Edwards. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. The Timberwolves lead by 14. Making his mark again. He's shooting 4 for 9 in this one.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
James, a screen on Edwards. James, outside. Here's Finney-Smith. The shot's good on the assist by James. Finney-Smith's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Edwards driving. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
So it's Los Angeles now. 15-point game. From deep, here's Doncic. Minnesota with a rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Edwards. Lakers trail by 17. James, a screen on Edwards. Here's Doncic. A strong finish by Doncic.
Going on the attack, Luka doesn't give them a chance to get between him and the rim.
Pass to Edwards. It's McDaniels on the wing. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be right back after this word. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just... love his... fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
On the court for the Timberwolves, they've got Joe Ingles, Mike Conley out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Miller, and it's Reed in at the 5 spot. And he makes it.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Trailing by 17. They get it back. There's a screen by Lynn. Launches it. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Outside Reid from downtown. That one is off. Lakers trail by 18. Here's Connect. Pass to Lynn. And he dunks it down.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Reid, a screen on Reeves. Here's Clark. Deflected. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. Reid with the rebound. The Timberwolves lead by 16. Outside, Alexander Walker. Out to the wing. Left side Reid. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Pass to Lynn. There's a screen by Lynn. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. And it's Clark on the take. Reid for three. Lynn pulls it in. Lakers trail by 15. Reeves, the pass to Vanderbilt. Back to Reeves. There's a screen by Lynn. Tries again. He squares up and sinks it. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Minnesota leading by 13. Clark outside. Here he goes. Outside Reid from the arc. Benson grabs a miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Lynn. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Clark, the pass to Reid. Now Miller. Vanderbilt with it. He's picked up by Miller. Pass to Lynn. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
At the line for Los Angeles.
Good on the second one. 1:16 left in the third quarter here. Clark with it. Still without a bucket. Outside Reid. 6 to shoot. With the drive. A slam dunk by Reid.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Reeves against Clark. And stolen by Clark. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Lets it fly. Nails the baby hook. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
There's a screen by Lynn. Knocks down the long J. Reeves has got 7 points.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Ingles from outside. And Reeves pulls it down. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's a screen by Lynn. The three ball. The shot that time not on target. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Doncic against Edwards. Doncic passes to Hayes. Out to James. Shot clock at 5. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Edwards. And they recover it. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's marked by Finney-Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Doncic grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 13. James, a screen on Randall. From deep, here's Doncic. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Randall inside, guarded by Doncic. And Randall the bucket on the assist by McDaniels.
And Randall is a gamer, someone who's experienced at overcoming intense coverage from this area of the floor.
Inside, here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, PA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. 19-footer. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Hayes with a screen on DiVincenzo to the middle. And finished off by Hayes.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Minnesota leading by 11. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall, a screen on Doncic. Here's DiVincenzo. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And you have to guard him out there. I mean, he can do damage from deep, even from way beyond the arc.
DiVincenzo against Doncic. Outside for Randall.
2 minutes remaining in his ball game. 2 minutes.
It's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Yeah, nice play by Randall. He can take up space in there and has great short area quickness.
Hayes with a screen on McDaniels. Again, the Lakers.
4-2.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. A minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Here's Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. Goes back up. Outside McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. Second chance effort. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Lakers trail by 10. Hayes with a screen on Edwards. From deep, here's Doncic. And Los Angeles, another three.
And he's really made his mark with the three-pointer today. And that's another big one.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in hurt.
Randall deciding where to go with it. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Assisted.
That gives him a double-double.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randall has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
Gobert with it. Now Doncic defending. Outside Edwards. It's going to be on LeBron James. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. They lead by 7. Gobert no good.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
James can't get it to go.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling.
Randall outside. And it's Randall with the jam.
Defensive foul. Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
The free throw drops for Randall. And so it's Minnesota with the W. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
This might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1.
Green knows that he needs to take and make threes at a good clip. Nice shot there.
Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. Randall against Brooks. 6 to shoot. Edwards with the screen for Randall. Off target with his 3. And here are the Rockets now. It's a 3-point game. 3-pointer, Brooks. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Good use of the stop and pop there by Brooks, keeping his body under control.
Edwards, a screen on Green. Out to Edwards. From deep. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Green. And Green slams it in.
Once Green gets inside, he has the body control to adjust to the defender there and finish.
Outside Edwards. Randall outside. Edwards with the screen for Randall. Back to Edwards. Randall a screen on Thompson. Edwards finds Randall, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Rockets ball.
Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Outside, Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaden McDaniel.
Forcing the action down low. Green earning a trip to the strike.
Both free throws good from Green. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take a charge.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Minnesota making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Shot by Easton, no good.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Back to Gobert. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, there's height and reach to the advantage of Rudy Gobert. Just gets up and over the top of guys.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. They're worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
How about the splendid concentration from the Frenchman, Rudy Gobert? Excellent at converting while getting hit.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the contest. And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
And here's Gobert following Jalen Green's three. And Green slams it in.
And we've seen this all night. Green with a wide range of ways to score. And boy, he just keeps coming.
Oh, here's Edwards. From the arc. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And it's Thompson with the jam.
He's got a rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Edwards with it. And he drives in. And Edwards slams it in.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And Green slams it in.
Look at Green just taking off and throwing it down right in the face of the defense.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the inside. Edwards dishes to Gobert. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Rockets leading by 7. Green taking his time here. Eason with a screen for Green. Got it up. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Rockets ahead. They lead by 9. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Eason grabs the board.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
That bucket in no time at all. Şengün's got the lead up to 12 now for the Rockets. Eason against Randall. Pass to Gobert. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gobert's got 9. You know, Doris, assists aren't just a point guard stat any longer, are they? A lot of big men in the league can distribute very well.
Yeah, Kev, it's really striking to me how multi-dimensional every single position in the NBA has become. As you said, bigs can pass, point guards can attack the cup and score. The game is becoming more and more skilled.
McDaniels kicks to Randall. Gobert with a screen on Eason. Here's Randall. He goes up again. DiVincenzo with a screen for McDaniel. Second shot opportunity, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jalen Green.
Clearly a foul.
Minnesota shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Houston leading by 8. Outside, Green. Brooks setting a pick for Green. Minnesota with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Stolen by Brooks. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Thompson. He has 6.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Randall passes to Edwards. Now Gobert lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Şengün. It's 2-on-1. Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Randall a screen on Thompson. Here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Boy, defense has no answer for Anthony Edwards' athleticism. What a dunk.
Rockets leading by 11. Here's Green. 16 points for him. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Thompson misses. The Timberwolves have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Randall passes to Gobert. Stolen by McDaniels. Tipped away. To the middle. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. And it's in there. Edwards got it back down to within single digits for the Timberwolves. And here is Green. Pass to Şengün. The tray. Randall grabs the board.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Over in the corner, Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Randall with a screen for Edwards. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Randall no good. Rockets leading by 9. Outside, Green. Brooks against Edwards. Şengün with a screen on Edwards. Outside, Green. There's a good screen. The Rockets again can't hit.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Here's Gobert. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And so it's the Houston Rockets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Well, guys, what can you say? Jalen Green, an impressive effort here today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
The front court is Tate and Smith. Right, Van Vliet out there with Whitmore. And it's Landale in at the 5 spot. It's the 5 for Houston right now. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. Steps back. Here's Conley. Excellent defense there from Smith. Rockets leading by 7. Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, some way, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat, and it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Van Vliet against Ingles. Inside, here's Smith. Count it. And now an 11-point Rocket lead.
Oh, love the determination Smith showed there, refusing to let the contact alter his shot.
Here's Conley. That one's off, still out of sync. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Clark is checked in for Mike Conley.
Jalen Clark.
And so here is Houston. They set the pick. And a wide open look for Whitmore. Another miss by Houston. Timberwolves trail by 11. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now defended by Whitmore. And here we go. Fast break. Van Vliet's got it. Here's Langdale.
Ball entered from below the basket. Minnesota ball.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. From outside the arc, the Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Smith against Ingles.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Just 5 to shoot. Alexander Walker finds Clark. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Pass to Whitmore. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. It's good from long range. Whitmore's got 5 points so far.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Alexander Walker up top. Whitmore defending. Reed misses.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Smith sets the pick for Tate. Back to Smith. Wide open. Reed with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Clark dishes to Ingles. Connects from three-point range. He's got 5.
And with that 3 ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by the Rockets.
Van Vliet looking around. And Miller with the block. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Reed kicks to Ingles. To the left wing. Ingles with a screen on Van Vliet. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
And Edwards slams it in.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
And so it's Houston holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they're winning the turnover battle there. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And a look at the five for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft. And that's really changed the landscape.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Randle against Eason. Edwards with the screen for Randle. Shot clock at 6. And Randle throws it down.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Now Green. Pass to Eason. Green with a screen on Randle. Eason passes to Thompson. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 11. The muscle from Edwards.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Out to Thompson. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. They recover it. Green with a screen for Brooks. Pass to Green. Stolen by McDaniels. Eason against Randle. Fires the three. Rockets with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. DiVincenzo against Thompson. Pass to Green. Five to shoot. Eason, a screen on McDaniel. Here's Green, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Green's got 20.
Oh, nice mid-range. Jalen Green, I didn't know guys born in 2002 knew about that area of the floor.
Edwards passes to Randle. It's stolen by Eason. Here's Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Here's Edwards. That's tipped.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. You've got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
2 minutes.
Houston moving the ball around. Şengün with the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Randle a screen on Thompson. Here's Edwards. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal.
Anthony Edwards is a load to handle as a defender. This guy's got the frame and the skill to make it very difficult.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
McDaniels against Green. Eason with a screen for Green. And it goes down 2 points. Green's got 6 points in the quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Houston.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Green.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
McDaniels against Green. Eason, a screen on McDaniels. Green kicks to Şengün. Pass to Eason. Green with a screen on Randall. Eason passes to Green. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Rockets lead by 16.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Poke loose. From deep, Green, no good. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me a sip. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for answers.
joining us. And now the Los Angeles starters. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then there's Jackson Hayes. And it's James in at the shooting guard position. And for the Rockets, we've got Alperen Şengün. Thompson out there with Green. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Brooks. Oh, my! Big time right there.
Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete Green is.
You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Well, it sure is, B. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Doncic, no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Green. LeBron with the rebound.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Pass to Doncic. Hayes with a screen on Green. And here's Doncic outside. Hits the three-pointer.
Savvy play call that time by Luka, creating some room for himself out there. Got some space, just what he needed.
Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
He throws it down with two hands. You know he won't mess that up.
Not this guy. He is a big-time finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
Out to James. Finney-Smith, a screen. The shot by James, no good. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-handed, just like pound cake.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And that one's good. Green.
He has a great feel for scoring in the painted area. Nice play by Jalen Green.
And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Doncic against Thompson. Hayes with a screen on Thompson. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Here's James. Defended by Eason. 5 on the clock. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Here's Brooks. Puts the move on. The shot off that time. Good D by Finney-Smith. Knocked away. Thompson with a steal. Driving to the basket. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Tough to slow Thompson down when he's got a lane to the rim like that.
Now let's send it over to Ali LaForce, who is able to talk with Ime Udoka.
I asked Coach what it's like facing LeBron now versus earlier in his career, and he quickly responded, not much. He's still extremely difficult to game plan for. Even at this stage of his career, he remains a dominant force. So limiting his production will be crucial for them in this matchup, guys.
Okay, thanks, Ali. The offensive rebound. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Rockets lead by 7. Here's Eason. Got a piece of it. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Doncic against Thompson. Doncic outside. It's James on the wing. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic.
All systems are on go when LeBron has the ball behind the arc.
Outside, Green. There's 48 seconds left in the first. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. From behind the arc. James, left side. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. James has got 6.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
High post Green. James is there. The baseline J. And too long on the shot. The Lakers trail. Oh, they get a hand on it. Thompson with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Eason. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth from that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Eason hits them both. Here's Doncic. Screen by James. Takes a 3. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
On the court for the Lakers, Hayes is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's James in at the shooting guard position. If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor. And Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute, uses his 6'8" frame well, and he's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there, folks.
Back to Thompson. Outside Eason. Out to Thompson. Launches a 3. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
James deciding where to go with it. They set the pick. LeBron, attack mode. And it's James with the jam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And there's James from the arc. James from distance. Easy work.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
On the attack, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Blasting off, Green runs in and just launches himself to the rim.
Thompson against Doncic. Out to Hachimura. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will in the shot.
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Here's Thompson. Outside Eason. Back to Thompson. On the wing, Green. 5 to shoot.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Wow, Green with the flush.
Able to score from anywhere on the court. Green can hurt you in myriad ways, and his game is only growing.
Doncic, a screen on Eason, and there's James from the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Brooks. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson.
a throwback wing. Dylan Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
There. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's his third foul so far.
Second team foul.
Outside, Finney-Smith. Here's James on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Hayes with a screen on Eason. Here's James. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on Amin Thompson. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Green against James. Eason, a screen on James. Here's Green. Thompson outside. Lets it go from 11. Misses off the right iron. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. He's 0 for 1 at the line, missing on his first trip. Free throw good. Hachimura. Lakers trail by 10.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
James, a screen on Thompson. Here's Doncic. Pass to Hachimura. James, outside. The 3. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for Houston. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Back after this.
21. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Nice game. Great performance by Jalen Green.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Tatum Smith at the forward spots. Fred VanVleet out there with Whitmore. And it's Landale. In at the center. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half.
An impressive athlete, This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
BA, Fred VanVleet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you got to work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it, some won't. Brian, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say, for sure. Smith right side. Tate, a screen on Vanderbilt. Here's Smith. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Smith's gotten his first bucket of the night. Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. From undrafted to closing games with LeBron and AD, Austin Reeves, what a story, Clark.
It really is a great story. I mean, this guy has just continued to prove the doubters wrong. Nobody's going to outcompete him. He's fearless. He's got great skill. Doesn't lack for confidence either. He's one of my favorite players to watch.
And the basket by VanVleet. VanVleet's got his first basket.
Well, VanVleet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Outside Reeves. Takes the three. Counted from distance. Reeves has got 5 points now in the quarter.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
And the basket by VanVleet.
Getting the ball inside, usually a pretty good recipe.
Lakers trail by 9. Vincent outside. Outside Reeves. There's a screen by Lynn. Reeves, the pass to Lynn. Good work defensively by Whitmore. The Rockets have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. Here's Tate. And finished off by Tate.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
That'll definitely steal away some momentum. Stripping them of the ball and then grabbing the bucket.
And here's VanVleet from the arc. And it's connect with a rebound. Lakers trail by 9. And here's the fast break. These are his first free throws of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
That free throw no good.
For Los Angeles, Jared Vanderbilt.
And he sinks the second. A minute 42 left in the third quarter. Here's VanVleet. And he lays it up and in. VanVleet's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, look at the strength from VanVleet. Not the biggest, but wouldn't be denied.
Reeves. And he jams it home with authority.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
To the paint. And finished off by Tate.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Outside Reeves. 11 feet out. Here's Lynn. Here's Vanderbilt. Pass to connect. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Known as a jump shooter, Connect is improving around the basket.
Here's Van Vliet. Count that one. Van Vliet's got 8 points.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Unloads. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Houston leading by 8. Now here's Van Vliet. Give him 8 to the wing, right side. And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 10 seconds left in the third. James with the ball. Fires the 3. And that's not going to go. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third. Both teams. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And the Lakers, looking at who they've got. Rui Hachimura is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Hayes, then there's James, and it's Doncic in at the point. No good from outside.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
It's Easton with the jam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
James against Brooks. And another shot. James with the focus.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
We've played just over a minute here in the fourth. Here's Green. Rejected by James. Lakers trail by 8. LeBron gets the bucket inside.
You know, what's so impressive to me is the defense is trying to make adjustments, but LeBron's making even quicker reads. That's his IQ at work.
Eason, a screen on James. Green, the pass to Eason. Shot clock at 5. Another shot outside for Brooks. Doncic against Eason. Tries again. Here's Şengün. Back to Brooks. Tries yet again. No good that time. Good D by Doncic. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
And he gets that one.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
James against Eason. James passes to Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
Buries it from 3.
Green, because of his creativity and athleticism, carving up the defense with ease.
From deep, here's Doncic. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Brooks. And it's Houston scoring again.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot. I like how...
Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
Thompson taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. The officials
still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Minute 32 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Doncic. Here's James. And he goes with the big dunk right over Alperen Şengün.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
To the right side. Here's Şengün. He takes it in. And Şengün throw it down.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Finney Smith passes to James. It's hauled in by Houston. 43 seconds left in the final quarter. And here's Green from the arc. Finney Smith pulls it in. Now the Lakers moving it up. 4-3. And it's James with the 3. And Houston has possession. They're leading by 8. It's Eason with the jam.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Screen by James. Hachimura, the pass to James. Hayes with a screen on Green. Here's Eason. No good. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
And so off the tip, it's Minnesota. And now the Lakers starting group. We've got Luka Doncic. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Hachimura. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Hayes in at the 5.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
Here's Doncic. Walk up 2 there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
For 3, Edwards. The rebound by the Lakers.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Doncic, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Gobert. Lays it up off the glass.
And the big man from France, Gobert, a menace around the rim.
LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Fires the 3. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Doncic has got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Their plan defensively is to try to make LeBron into a jump shooter. Now, Coach said many teams plan that, but it rarely works out. You have to fully commit to it. Of course, that means LeBron will be getting all of their attention. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
Doncic with a screen on McDaniels. Now Hayes. That 3 off the mark. And here is DiVincenzo to the paint. Here's Gobert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the length of Gobert can be so difficult to deal with. And that's why you have to be physical with him on defense.
So we can't get either to fall. Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Doncic. 8 points for him. LeBron with a screen on Edwards. Kicks it out to James. Here's the drive, and the dunk by LeBron.
For such a big dude, all he needs is just a little bit of daylight, and LeBron is going to be hanging on that rim.
And Richard, you've watched LeBron James over the years. His approach never wavers. It never changes.
He is all business all the time, on the court, off the court. The consistency of his focus and mental toughness is unbelievable.
Now here's LeBron. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And LeBron James will outsmart you. He will open up things for other teammates with the pick and roll.
Doncic against DiVincenzo. Gobert the pass to McDaniels. Hands it from downtown.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Doncic. LeBron a screen on Edwards. LeBron outside for the 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. LeBron's got 5 points so far.
Once the last three went in, I looked at LBJ and I was like, yo, I think he's going to try and respond.
Edwards banked in off the glass.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Randall grabs the board.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Count it.
And he's a true inside-out threat. Edwards wants to score from everywhere on the floor.
LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. The kick out to LeBron. In the corner, Finney-Smith with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Count it, good.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Timberwolves. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Now James after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. And here's Edwards after LeBron James hitting the three. Edwards kicks to DiVincenzo. McDaniels sets a screen for DiVincenzo. McDaniels in the post. He's against Hachimura. A nice shot by McDaniels. Richard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
Well, the jump shooting teams have had more success. I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to LeBron. Over Edwards. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Mr. Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
LeBron James making it look easy from deep.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And here's Edwards from the arc. That's another one for him. His fifth in just 7 shots.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Doncic. Edwards looking it over. And it falls over the rim and in. Edwards got 13.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let it.
LeBron with a screen on Edwards. Kicks it out to James. Fires for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. RJ, last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again? Whoa! Extra right there from Edwards.
Oh, my. What a huge play
rush by Edwards, showing off right now.
And here's James outside. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the teardrop. And Anthony Edwards again. Edwards got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. It's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. DiVincenzo against Doncic. Out to Edwards. McDaniel sets a screen for Edwards. Edwards slashing inside. And they get it back. To the inside. Stolen. It's tipped. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Hayes with the screen for LeBron. Out to Doncic. And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
Well, when a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Randle outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. In the corner, it's James. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
Substitution on the court.
Seven seconds left in the second quarter. And here's Doncic from the arc. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Get ready for the big half-court shot.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
So for the Lakers right now, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Connect. Then it's Vincent, then it's Alex Len, and it's Reeves in at the point. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Drills it from outside.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Ingles with the ball. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. The layup missed. Reeves drives in. That one drops for him. Reeves has got 5 points now this quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Minot's checked in. And Clark has got the ball here for Minnesota. It's a 1-point game. Drives to the hoop. Count that bucket. LA has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Glenn, a screen. Down low. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Clark. misses the layup.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Pass to Reeves. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. I know Reeves has been accused of hunting fouls before. Richard, do you see that?
Oh, I don't know if it's all on Reeves. It's just the way the game is played. Great players learn how to put you in position to foul them. The goal of the game is to score, and if that's hunting fouls, then hunt away.
Alexander Walker passes to Reed. It's picked off. And now the Timberwolves on the break. They get it back. Out to Miller. Jacks up a 3. They get it again. Driving to the basket. And it's Miller with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Len with a screen on Clark to the middle. Back to Reeves. It's good from the top of the key. Reeves has got 9. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. And that one's good by Clark.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. Tries again. Clock at 6 for the tie. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 4 rebounds in this game. Clark finds Miller. Back to Clark. Reed with a screen on Reed. Clark the pass to Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. Shoots from the elbow. It's not going to go for him. Lakers trail by 3. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
There's 53 seconds left in the third. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 6 here in this quarter.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
To the paint. Here's Len. Back to Reeves. Len sets a screen for Reeves. The Lakers get it back in a new 14. For the lead. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Reeves has got 15 points in just the second half. Alexander Walker on the wing. He's defended by Reeves. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Alton Connect picks one up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 11 seconds left to play in the third. James looking it over. Offline with his 3. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Timberwolves ahead. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Handle out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Edwards inside, guarded by Doncic, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And he's got more than a few ways to beat. Edwards will be aggressive when he has to initiate contact and create.
the and-one opportunity.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. And as outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
The offensive rebound.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Lakers trail by 4. From deep, James. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Edwards against Doncic. Kicks it out to James. Back to Doncic. It's hauled in by Edwards. Taken away by Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Edwards against James. Edwards dishes to Gobert. Changes up. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Doncic outside. From past the arc. Oh, Doncic with a confident 3-ball.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. McDaniels a screen on LeBron. Edwards loves it in there.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
James sets the screen for Doncic. No good. That would have tied it. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's DiVincenzo. Randall a screen on Doncic. Here's DiVincenzo. From down in the low post, it goes. Lakers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. James misses. For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. And he makes that one. Lakers trail by 7. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. LeBron outside. Puts up a 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds now tonight. McDaniels kicks to Gobert. Randall outside. There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now here's Randall. Shot clock at 6. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Doncic looking it over. There's the triple. And again, no good by the Lakers. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Reid, and Reid throws it down.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
35 seconds left in the fourth. Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
LeBron is screen on Edwards. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Doncic with a screen on McDaniel.
LeBron James, 3-pointer.
And here's Edwards from the arc. That one's not going to go. And so Minnesota takes the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean...
Time, but eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
So the Houston starting five. Tari Eason is out there with Dylan Brooks. Then there's Amen Thompson. Then there's Alperon Şengün. And it's Green in at the point guard position.
And this guy can just fly. Green lifts off and slams it down.
And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Minnesota with the ball. DiVincenzo pass to Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that dunk.
Thompson against Edwards. Thompson.
Oh, my goodness. What a dunk.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
And he drives in.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And Houston has possession, following the score by Minnesota. And Gobert with a block.
Yeah, the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
Thompson with a steal. And here we go, the Rockets in transition. Brooks with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. And that one's good for Brooks. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. Going inside. Outside for Randall. Back to Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. The drive by Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Oh, Randall put some extra on that slam, entertaining the fans and the broadcasters.
Green against McDaniels. Now Green. Outside Eason. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Thompson finds Green. They grab their own miss. Green with a screen on DiVincenzo. Brooks, the pass to Green. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Brooks against McDaniels. Pass to Gobert. Şengün with a steal. And they're on the run.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Eason. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's McDaniels. Edwards looking for an opening. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Green against McDaniels. Outside, Green. Eason, a screen on McDaniels. Outside Eason. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Minnesota. A minute 4 left in the first quarter. Gobert passes to McDaniels. Driving inside. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And here's Green from the arc. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's his first foul. The 3, DiVincenzo.
nice defense right there from Green. I mean, he's making his presence felt.
Eason up top. Just 5 on the clock. Eason a screen on DiVincenzo, and it's Green off the drive. And the shot's good.
This is where Green is most effective. He's got a great feel for scoring inside.
Randall a screen on Thompson. Edwards a pass to Randall. The kick out to Edwards. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Tie game in Minnesota. Don't go anywhere, folks. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
They're looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So the Houston 5 right now. We've got Alperon Şengün, Amen Thompson out there with Jalen Green. Then it's Tari Eason, and it's Brooks in at the small forward position. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Off the mark there with a 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one too, assuming his countryman Victor Wembanyama doesn't start taking the reins.
Now here's Thompson, and the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Edwards against Thompson. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials and coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
Anthony Edwards. 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And it's hammered home by Green.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now here's Edwards. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, 2nd-round pick. Bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Eason a screen on Edwards. Green the pass to Eason. Beats over Randall. Eason can't get it to go. And so Gobert will bring it up for the T-Wolves. 8-point game.
A terrific transition hustle from Randall, getting out there and completing the fast break.
McDaniels against Green. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Nice execution inside from Green.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
For Minnesota, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Randall a screen on Thompson. Randall outside. Outside McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And they're on the break. Here's Brooks, and the big dunk at the end of the break.
Yeah, the moment the fast break starts, Brooks is out in transition, and that hustle gives him the edge.
Outside Edwards. Here's the pick. Fires the three. Thompson with some nice D. The Rockets lead by 10. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Minnesota shooting a nice 50% for the game. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That'll be a second foul of the game. Şengün with a steal.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
Brooks outside. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Out to Thompson. 4 on the clock. With some arc. Out to the right wing. Here's Şengün. Off target from outside.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it. An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Reed sets a screen. Now here's Alexander Walker. He's covered closely. Reed a screen on Green. Here's Alexander Walker. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Five ticks left to play in the second quarter. Here's Green. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And so it's Houston in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. We'll be right back. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Jalen Green.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Naz Reid out there with Miller. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Clark in a two-guard. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. There's a screen. 5 on the clock. To the inside. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Reed can't hit.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Tate passes to Van Vliet. Buries it down low. Van Vliet's gotten his first basket of the night.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Outside Reed. The wide open shot is on the money.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
pick by Smith, and the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. And it's Whitmore missing. Timberwolves trail by 13. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Whitmore, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. But no wonder nothing seems to faze him.
Outside Tate. Clock at 6. Pass to Whitmore. This one for 3. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 15. Good chance here for Clark. Outside, Alexander Walker. Reed a screen on Van Vliet. Alexander Walker with it. Van Vliet covering. Second shot opportunity. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter. Lets it fly. And the Rockets tack on 2 more.
And this is why Jabari Smith went early in the draft. His ability to find shots and, of course, make them too.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Reed. Back comes Houston in transition. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Great recognition. Understanding that that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor and finishes off the break.
Clark against Van Vliet. Clark left side, down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go.
And putting his length to good work. Smith gets aggressive and finds the block.
Here's Alexander Walker. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. And here's Houston. Good momentum, 8 straight points.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Pass to Clark. Three-pointer. Minnesota again missing.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Whitmore with it. He's picked up by Miller. Clock at 4. A nice shot by Smith.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Seven seconds left in the third. It's Edwards on the wing. Whoa! He just got it off in time!
That was close. Now, he doesn't panic in these situations.
And so it's Houston with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Dylan Brooks. Green out there with Thompson. Then there's Alperon Şengün. And it's Eason in at the 4. Here's Thompson. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Eason. Outside Edwards. Shoots over Eason. Ooh, hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
McDaniels against Green. Lets the 3 fly. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
The defense has no answer for him at this moment.
Thompson against Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
Here's Green driving in, and it's hammered home by Green.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Edwards. Again, the miss by Edwards.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
DiVincenzo against Green. The shake. And it's hammered home by Green.
And what fire from Green under pressure. Basically, he ignores the foul and gets his shot.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Houston.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
They've also been striking from mid-range with great consistency tonight. They just owned that part of the floor in this one.
Here's Edwards. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
Outside Eason. Randall with a steal. In transition, here they come. And it's in there.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Green against McDaniels. Outside, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Outside Edwards. Fader on the way. Rebounded by Green.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Edwards. Brooks the pass to Thompson. Misses in close. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Rockets.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jalen Green.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Edwards against Thompson. Outside Edwards. Drives to the hoop. Fires from deep. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green, the pass to Eason. Brooks outside. Back to Eason, tipped. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Here's Brooks. Houston with another miss. From deep three-point range, misses the shot. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle.